growing inequality in many countries. The 20th century approach to this was to continually focus on redistributing income, accepting the inequalities of the structure of the economy, and redistribute income from the rich to the poor. I think there's a far greater opportunity this century to think about pre-distributing the sources of wealth creation. Let me tell you what I mean. Think of the essence of wealth creation. How do you generate energy? In the 20th century, an oil rig or a coal mine or a gas pipeline. Lots of money brought together to make this big investment and the returns going out to shareholders. In the 21st century, we could have a solar panel on the roof of every home, hospital and school, a dotted network of renewable energy owned by communities and households themselves. In the 20th century, business was dominated by the shareholder-owned corporation, with the returns of enterprise being paid off to a handful of shareholders who've become more wealthy over time. In the 21st century, we're seeing a return to employee-owned enterprises, where the value of business is shared again amongst those who actually did the work. And then think about, say, the ownership of housing in a city. Many cities, from London to Paris to Brussels, dominated by a handful of very powerful landlords, privately owned housing, with individuals therefore paying very, very high rents to live there. A city like Vienna, much of the housing is owned socially by the whole city, affordable for everybody. So these are examples of the fundamental wealth of life, whether it's the capacity to generate energy, paying for your housing, the ownership of enterprise, access to schooling and to healthcare. These can be pre-distributive by design so that we have a far more equitable basis for our economies. And we've got unprecedented opportunities for doing that this century. This is why it's such an exciting way of thinking about tackling inequality.